Paul, your thoughts on today's game?
Where do I start? I thought first 20 minutes, I think it was 20 minutes, I'm not sure when the first goal came, but I think it was a pretty dull game. I don't think there was a lot in it, either end. And then Bevan does what Bevan does best, scores an unbelievable goal, which I said to the players that there's not a lot we could have done about that. I thought it was a terrific goal. Sometimes you have to hold your hands up, and I think then after that it was a common feature. Ball goes out of play in the far corner, they get a throw in, and we don't organise quick enough to stop the cross coming in. And we found ourselves 2-0 down. It was very flat at half-time in the dressing room. I decided to make a couple of changes which didn't have a chance to come to fruition before they scored again. And I think the third goal was criminal, really. I mean, we've been pretty tight on set plays, certainly corners, but I could see the boy was free, he was screaming out for someone to pick up. And this is the bit I've said to the boys, is that look, to get out of trouble or to be a really good team, you need to do your job and a bit more. And the bit more comes where you have your man and you look around, if someone's spare, you say something. And we had enough experienced players on the pitch to organise, and we didn't. So found ourselves 3-0 down. But what I would say from then is that what gave me hope was the spell we had in the second half where we scored a great goal and we caused them problems. I think that gives me a lot of hope. I thought Richards really well when he come on, alongside Denny Johnson. I thought Burns scored a great goal and looked a threat, and I think you could see some really positive signs.
You'd started to shut the door a little bit defensively, but the bad habits seem to have come back.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, and I'm not gonna try and smoke screen that one. That's for sure. But look, there's only so many changes so far I could make, and I've been hoping that some of the chaps will would switch on, like I said to you, after the last game. And the penny's got to drop. The penny has to drop, because there's only so many changes I can make in this time scale. And the players that I spoke to after the game, they know, and it's been a common feature all season in terms of conceding goals and not keeping clean sheets. And we're going to have to go back to the training ground and just keep working at it. There's no other answers really. I'm pleased with the players that we've brought in. I thought Darrell did well at fullback. I'm pleased, and I'm also pleased with the effort in the end. The players never gave in. It can be very easy when you're playing against a team like Burton, when you're behind, to sort of give in, but we didn't give in at all. We kept going, and we could have actually scored a couple of goals. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot, and we've got to cut it out quickly.
If you could have made changes defensively on deadline day, would you have done so?
Yeah, I think I would. I think of course, but it's you give players a chance. We have to give a certain amount of players a chance here. I can't completely change the whole squad. It's impossible for me to do that. So yeah, it's about the players now fighting, scrapping, and showing and manning up. Really, we've got to man up as a group, because the remit was always to stay up, and we've got to stay out of the bottom too.
Games come thick and fast, and they don't get any easier, do they, with Southend coming up on Tuesday?
No, it's a nice easy one, Southend, yeah. But look, we know where we're costing ourselves. We know it, and but like I say, the only thing that we can do is get back on the training field and show the players. Again, there's no point in screaming or shouting at any of the boys. If it was a lack of effort today, I'd be furious, but it wasn't. It's know-how, and people have got to step forward. We have the experienced players that are in the back, experienced goalie, have to step forward, because during a game you do need to talk, you do need to look around, and you do need to tell people to do their jobs. I mean, the amount of times today when, certainly from their keeper kicking the ball up, our midfield players are far too deep. They've got to step forward. Our centre halves have got to come and win the ball, because when we do that, we look at an organised team. But after there's lots to work on, loads to work on. But what I would say is, second half, I did think we had a threat on their goal against a team that's been flying in the division.
You made the two changes at half time and took one of the big lads up front off. So did you feel that just the two up front, the two big lads, just wasn't working?
I don't know if it wasn't working. I just think we conceded goals, and you're looking to find a way back into it. And I thought, Richards hasn't had a lot of football at all. Same with Mansett. You're never going to get every player at this time of the season that's been playing week in, week out, we've had to go for players that we think can improve us. Someone like Mansett was never going to last the 90 minutes, nor Richards. So that was always a plan, but it sort of fast forwarded it because I thought, we do need to get back into the game, we need to freshen it up. And I thought we did look, like I say, we had a lot of play down this end. Of course, Burton always looked dangerous on the break, and you're worried at 3 that they could maybe smash you out of sight, but they didn't. And we had a brilliant opportunity, or 2 opportunities in the 18-yard box that goes in. It's a different story, and it was refreshing to hear our fans, for a spell second half, getting right behind the team, because we gave them something to cheer about, and that's what we've got to keep doing. We've got to look at the positives, take the positives now, and try and go to Southend and win the game. It's no point in sitting back now. We've got to try and find the wins that we need to stay in the division.
But it is another defeat. And have you had an inquest in there? Has there been? What have you said to the guys afterwards?
Exactly what I've just said to you. It's ownership. It's ownership. It's leadership, and it's ownership. And we've lacked it. We've not had a clean sheet since August, and I'm sort of like a broken record. But if you look in the game, what is there in the game today against a top team? Nothing really. They scored from a corner and from a throw-in. I know, and the first one was a great goal, but we've been able to score a goal against them. We've been able to threaten their goal, but we've been too easy at times to get the ball into our box and cause ourselves problems. We've got to cut it out, and we'll work now. It's not always easy when you've got Saturday, Tuesday games, but we'll work at it again Monday morning. I'm not going to scream and shout at the players. I think there's been lots of different messages this season to try and get us on a winning run, and I think it's about looking at it, backing the players that are here, because this is a group we've got.
Do you still back yourself to turn this round?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. At half time, it's very flat, and it's tough. It's not easy, every week, when you're not picking up the wins you want. But this is the job. This is the challenge here, and the challenge is to stay up, and what a challenge it is. But yeah, it's certainly one we're all up for.
A few boos at the end. I mean, do you understand that reaction from the supporters?
Totally. Absolutely. I thought they got behind the team really well second half. Second half, when we showed something, we showed some real determination and desire, and some good skill as well with it. That they got behind us. They did. It was exciting second half. That's what we've got to get for 90 minutes, and we've got to find a way of keeping the door shut the other end. So football can change very quickly. It's never going to be an easy ride. It's never ever, especially against teams like Burton anyway. But it's not going to be easy. But one thing we'll do is stick together and search for that win. If we get it, we can kick on.
Thanks, Paul.
Cheers.
Is it to keep the mood positive in the dressing room at the moment?
It's tough. Of course it is. Of course it's tough. It's tough when I come in. It's been tough all along. There's not been too many easy moments or nice moments. But when you're down the bottom and you're fighting like we are, the good thing I think at the club is we realise what we're in. We realise that the players that are here needed shaking up. I needed supporting, but there's had to be a process to this, and the process has been come in, look at the players that are here, that inherit, work with them for a bit. We took a few hits on the way. Then the second process of it is second stage of it is to move players on, which is always, disrupting the atmosphere at the training ground, and if you've got to get players out to get players in. And now we've got the third part of it, which is trying to knit a newish team together.
Yeah, how long do you think that's going to take? Because it's not easy with games coming thick and fast, and time beginning to games beginning to tick down.
It's not, but this is the position we're in, and it's we know the position we're in, and we've got to work damn hard now to sort it out. And the way to sort it out is to stick together. The way to sort it out is to look at it logically, not scream and shout. And because anybody can do that. You get anyone in the dressing room to scream and shout. We've got to identify the problems. And of course, in some areas of the pitch I can make changes, and in some areas I can't.
One of those changes today was to bring on Lloyd for Troy. Was there an injury there, or was that just a tactical decision?
Well, we wanted to start the game. We wanted to go forward at the back to make it simple for the players, and I chose the captain, and I chose Troy because they're senior, and chose to leave Lloyd out, which was harsh on Lloyd because I think he's been great, but you want some experience on the field. But you know, the experienced players have to step forward. You can't expect younger players to step forward. Jordan's lost his man. I think it was Jordan for the corner. But this is where you need people to look around, and you know, older players pull younger players around. When I played, when I was a kid, older players around me pulled me into position quickly and let me know if I wasn't. That's what's required at the moment.
30 points now. You say you know the position you're in. Have you set yourself a target between now and maybe third?
Yeah. I think if we finished third from the bottom, it'd be a successful season. I think I know what I've inherited. I know the problems, and at the moment, for all the effort and all the work that we're putting in, we're not finding the wins. So it's a case of looking at it again, dust ourselves down, and try and look for that win on Tuesday night. But certainly, I think if it's 5 wins or 6 wins, whatever we need to pick up, we got to go all out to get them. Yeah. We have to go all out to get them. But there's still a lot of teams in a precarious position, and we've got to make sure that we stay together and do everything humanly possible to get the wins we need.
Cheers, Paul.
Cheers, chaps.